All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the tournament in Stuttgart. Full stadium. Rain is holding off. It was supposed to rain, but that's why we were a little delayed. That's why the tournament the final so early as well, because they're expecting rain later, so they brought it back. Like, it's very rare that they have a final on at midday for a tournament. So they brought it forward to try and avoid the rain. They did get a little rain this morning, so hopefully we can get through this final and then it rains and we can leave. But Fritz Zverev, it's a bit of a meme at this point. It's a bit of a meme match. If you've been watching tennis for the last 12 months, you'll probably know what I mean. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it. So these guys have played 12 times. Fritz leads 7-5, maybe a bit surprising because Fritz has, he's obviously been a good player, but Zverev has been, like a top 5 guy for, most of the decade. And Fritz has sort of still been a problem. But it's not so much the overall head-to-head, it's the last matches they've played. So since Wimbledon, Fritz has won all 4 matches, including the US Open, Labour Cup, ATP Finals, that Wimbledon match I mentioned. Rome last year was the last time Zverev beat Fritz, but Fritz has also won 5 of the last 6 matches against Zverev. So he just has become a problem. So if we do the math, when they first, the last time Zverev won, he led the head-to-head 4-3. Now, he's down. 5-3. And now he's down. So it's a very strange situation for Zverev. It's a very weird situation. He's actually leading 4-2 at one point in this head-to-head. And now he's down 7-5. And Fritz is, they've had some close matches. So it's not like Fritz has won, every match in straight sets. The Wimbledon match last year was 5 sets. Fritz came back from 2 sets to love down. The US Open match was 4 sets, a couple tie breaks. The ATP Finals last year was a final set tie break where Fritz got the win. Even the Labour Cup last year was the most one-sided match they played recently for Fritz. And then the United Cup in 23 was, pretty one-sided for Fritz as well. But yeah, last year they played 5 times, 4-1 in favor of Fritz. This is the first time they're playing on, third time they're playing on grass. 2-1 Zverev. They played 3 times at Wimbledon, which is crazy. First time outside of Wimbledon on a grass court, but it is in front of Zverev's home crowd, so if that makes a difference. Very interesting rivalry, this one. Very strange matchup. Also, if you remember last year at Wimbledon, Zverev made some comments about Fritz's camp and how loud they were. Let me just get his quote so I don't make it up. So, in... where is it? Yeah, Zverev takes aim. Fritz's girlfriend takes aim at Zverev. So there was a bit of weird beef going on with that. With the Zverev said over the top. The camp were a little over the top. So he said, Zverev said that Fritz's box was being too crazy. I think he was a little upset about that Fritz's team members cheering for him when Zverev was injured. Because remember, Zverev got injured in the 3rd set of that match too. But then in the end of the match, he said to Fritz, it's nothing, it's all good. But then after the match, Fritz's girlfriend on social media was like, boo-hoo. It was weird. But she deleted the post. She uploaded it, then deleted it. But, yeah, that's what this weirdness was about. They've been friendly ever since, but it did happen. It was weird. And, yeah. Raining? It's not. What's raining where? At your house? Where do you live? All right, Fritz going to serve first. So that's the kind of a little bit of history. But ever since that match, Fritz has not lost a match to this man. So let's see if he can continue the run. Tommy and Taylor's girlfriends are both okay. All right, here we go, chat. The final of the Boss Open. Let's see what happens. I don't know if Fritz has many supporters here today, but if so, I hope they're as loud as possible. Okay. I'm still recovering from that French Open final, and I needed some tennis rest. Fair enough. All right, here we go. Fritz is going to serve first in this final. Let's see if he can make it 5 in a row against Sasha Zverev. I'm gonna go Fritz in 3. All right. As the first point goes to Fritz, 15-love. Also, plenty of matches going on in qualies of tournaments as well. We've got also tournaments over in other places, including Queen's Club final today. And this one overtaken on Maria. 30-love Fritz. Hella and Nottingham and Berlin qualies are happening as well. Mertens versus Rouget in the final of Den Bosch. So lots going on at the moment. 30-love. There's the return from Zverev. Into the backhand of Fritz. Zverev again to the backhand of Fritz. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fritz backhand down the line. Goes wide. 30-15. And the crowd go wild. Boss Open when Fritz is boss now. Yeah. Keep in mind that Fritz won their last 5. Yeah, literally just mentioned that at length. But you're right, that did happen. Return goes out by Zverev, 40-15. All right, 40-15. This return goes out by Zverev, and Fritz wins the first game, 1-love. All right. Who is more injured, Paul or Musetti? I think they're both just as injured as each other. I think Musetti's injury is probably a little worse because he retired a match, whereas Paul played the match with injury. So you'd think that the guy that retired would probably be more injured than the guy who played through injuries. The tennis fashion marriage is gaining strength. Nothing wrong with models coming to watch the tennis. Okay. Huh? What? Okay. 1-love Fritz. I was surprised this is less than 2 hours. Yeah, no, these guys don't play quick. Fritz does play quick sometimes, though, on the grass, but Zverev, Zverev likes to take his time when he's playing matches. All right, first point to Zverev, 15-love. $15-love. Serve again. The return goes backhand of Zverev. Forehand of Fritz, the forehand of Zverev. Zverev hits it in the net. 15 all. If Zverev doesn't win today, I don't know when he will beat Fritz. Yeah. Maybe on a clay court next year. Like, I think if they played on clay, you'd say advantage Zverev. All right, 30-15. And Zverev says an ace, 40-15. And usually these guys play tie breaks, so expect that to happen. 40-15, at least one tie break. As a return goes in the net from Fritz, 1-0. 1-1. Buying membership on Monday. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. You don't have to, but thank you. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, happy Father's Day to people that celebrate it on this day, because Father's Day is not today in Australia. But happy Father's Day to anybody who is celebrating it today. All right. $15 love. As Fritz serves an ace, 30 love. 30 love. As Fritz serves again. A fault. Second serve. Into the forehand is Zverev. Fritz with the forehand. In the back of Zverev. Zverev it's a winner. 30-15. As that goes for another ace from Fritz, 40-15. As Fritz serves a fault, second serve. Serve to the back of Zverev. Fritz backhand again to the backhand of Zverev, into the forehand of Fritz. Zverev goes to the backhand of Fritz into the slice of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz. Zverev with the forehand cross. Fritz on the slice. Into the backhand of Zverev as Fritz. Forehand is good and Zverev hits it in the net. It's 2-1 to Fritz. 2-1. Battle of aces. That'd be fun. 2-1. Fritz stays in front. All right, 2-1. All right. 2-1 Fritz. By the way, a bunch of famous people there that I don't know who they are. Karlovic must be up there with most aces in history. Yeah, he is. I think he's like number 2. Or it might be number 1, actually. I think he might be number 1. I think he goes Karlovic, Isner, Federer. I think that's the list. I think so. Or it's Isner first. It's that they're the 3 though. So no, Isner is first. Isner, Karlovic, Federer. So Isner is first. Karlovic second. All right. 2-1. 2-1. All right, back to Zverev. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. The return goes into the backhand and Zverev puts it away. Nice hitting Zverev. 15 love. $15 love. As Zverev with a big serve. 30 love. By the way, chat, next week we've got 3 tournaments all at the same time. That is going to be interesting to watch, so make sure you join us for that. As Fritz hits it out, 40 love. Yeah, so we've got Queen's Club, Halle, Berlin. All next week. And only one of those stadiums have a roof, so hopefully it doesn't rain. Backhand sliced. Into the Fortis Zverev. Fritz can't get it. It's 2-0. 2-0. Are there any grass court 1000s? No. 2-2. Every year we talk about this, and every year it's the same answer. There is no 1000 event. Why is that? I don't know. Ask them. Ask them. 2-2. Fritz out wide of the Fortis Zverev. Fritz comes to the net with a volley that goes wide. Love 15. All right. Good serving, Fritz. 15-0. All right, 15-0. As Fritz with the backhand goes wide. 15-30. $15.30. All right, 30-0. As Fritz gets 40-30 with a good serve. Seems as if you were still asleep. No, I'm just looking at my phone. I'm just looking down at my telephone. All right, 40-30. As Zverev wins a point, and it's deuce. We get to deuce. Second serve. Into the back of Zverev. Fritz with the forehand to the forehand of Zverev. They go forward to forehand. Then Zverev hits it long. Advantage Fritz. I know this is a 250 final, but What would it mean if Zverev finally ended the losing streak for Fritz? I think that's probably a bigger deal than the trophy, to be honest. I think Zverev beating Fritz, finally breaking that 4 losing streak, is huge. Like in the last 12 months, it's nearly 12 months ago, that's when the streak started. I think it'd be a big deal. It's probably one of the biggest 250 finals of the year, too. Because right now we're watching the number in the live rankings, number 3 versus number 4. So number 2, number 3 and number 4. It's probably the biggest 250 final of the season. The other final happening this week is Diallo versus Bergs. That's not the same level. Geneva was Hurkacz Djokovic, but Hurkacz wasn't high ranked. Obviously, Djokovic is in the top 10. Then you had Dadiri Griekspoor, you had Kaboli Baez, Brooksby Tiafo, Jera Baez, Fonseca Cerundolo. I mean, not on the same level as this. 2 top 5 guys. Kecmanovic Fekina, Umber versus Medvedovic, FAA versus Kovacevic, Monfils Bergs, FAA Quarter. None of them compare. Like this could have been a 1,000 final. I mean, some of the 1,000 finals, the 500 finals don't stack up to this, right? This is better than most of the 500 finals we've had. Ranking wise. Even the 1,000 finals, some of them have not been at this level. Sinner Alcaraz is probably the only tournament, maybe Draper Ruud as well in Madrid, but like this is like Ruud versus Draper, but it's a 250. It should be a 1,000 final, but it's not. So it's very rare that we have like a high level final like this at this level, All right, it's 3-2. It's kind of where the Draper is behind Fritz in the rankings, given their respective clay seasons. I guess Fritz is dropping 250 points from this week. It's not that weird because you all forgot about last year. Like, it's not weird. If you look at like January to now, it's weird. If you look at 12 months ago to now, which is what the rankings are, 52 weeks, the end of last year, Fritz was amazing. Everyone forgets that Fritz made the final of the ATP Finals, that Fritz made the final of the US Open, right? That he did well at Wimbledon, And yeah, Draper won a 500 tournament at the end of last year, and he got to the semis of the US, but Fritz had a much better end to last year than Draper. Draper's had a better 2025, but it's based on last 6 months of last year and the first 6 months of this year, right? So it is weird if you don't remember what happened last year, right? 4 seems weird, but that's only because this year he hasn't been at that level. But at the end of last year, that's why he is number 4 in the world now, because of last year. He earned that, from that US Open final, from the final of the ATP Finals. I'm sure he did other things that I can't remember. Made the quarters of Wimbledon, right? 30-15. But you're right. Does seem weird, but you just got to remember what happened last year to remember how Fritz is number 4. Because most of his points are from last year. And he's going to have to defend a hell of a lot of points to stay top 4 in the next couple of months. And Draper could overtake him because remember, Draper lost first round of Wimbledon. So Draper's got a lot of upside, at least for Wimbledon, 30-0. Zverev in a little trouble. $30-0. It's weird without big titles. Draper's only won 1 big title though, so I don't know what. Draper winning Indian Wells and Fritz making the US Open final. Fritz making the US Open final is worth more. Like that's a bigger achievement than Draper's Indian Wells. Literally, like one's worth 1,000 and one's worth 1,300. Like making a final of the Grand Slam is more than a 1,000 title when it comes to rankings, right? 40-30. As the return goes to 400 Zverev. Zverev puts it away. And it's 3-all. 3-all. Now, if I go look at the rankings for Draper and where his points come, and also where Fritz's points are from, like how Fritz got to his ranking, because they're very close in the rankings too. It's not like we're saying that Fritz is so far ahead. They're only 100 points different, right? Fritz has got US Open 1,300 points. ATP Finals is worth 800 points for him. Wimbledon quarters 400 points. Shanghai and Miami semifinals are worth 400 as well, right? So there's these big 5 tournaments. US Open final, Turin final, Wimbledon quarters, semifinals of Shanghai, which is obviously the end of this year, and Miami this year. He's got other titles as well, but or other finals and stuff, but they're the big 5 that his ranking kind of rely on. Whereas Draper, all his big trophies or big results have sort of happened. Most of them have happened this year. So 1,000 points at Indian Wells, 800 points at the US Open last year, Madrid final 650, Vienna last year 500, and then Doha this year final 330. 40 love. So what, Fritz has got like 4 out of the 5 big results that make up his ranking are at the end of this year, right? That's why he's hanging on those. Whereas Draper, only 2 results from this year have really counted. 3 results this year have really counted, but then he's got to defend, obviously, US Open and Vienna, which is 1,300 points combined. But that's a lot less than what Fritz has to do that at one tournament, right? So there's a massive upside for Draper going forward. Like the next 6 months for Fritz are going to be tough. If he doesn't play well, he's probably going to be hanging in on the top 10, maybe 8 or 9 in the world if he does decent. He's going to probably have to win maybe a 1,000 tournament to kind of supplement some points, but if he wants to stay in the top 5. But you would say that Draper's got a lot less to worry about going forward. Wimbledon, he's playing for free. US Open's going to be interesting, but by then he'll hopefully have enough points, gained from Wimbledon to make up for the US Open if he doesn't play well there. Whereas Fritz is, I'd be shocked if Fritz was number 4 in the world by the end of the year, because he's got, especially the way he's played in the first half of the year, he's got so many points to defend. He needed to really do well at the start of this year to make up for it, and he had no clay season, or he didn't play well in clay. He played well at the start of the year, but the Australian Open wasn't great. He didn't play great in Indian Wells, Miami. He's got so much pressure to defend. So that'd be interesting to see if how he ranks in like 3 months. Also, if he doesn't qualify for the ATP Finals, Fritz, he will lose 800 points for automatically. How does defending points work? So basically, the rankings are made up of 52 weeks of results. So this time last year to now is what the rankings make up. So this, like Wimbledon, for example, let's just say Alcaraz because it's easier. Alcaraz has 2,000 points to defend because if he loses and let's say he doesn't play, then you're defending what you did last year. You're defending the points. That's what it's called. You're defending the points that you won last year. So if he lost, then he loses all those points. He gets 0 points, right? If he doesn't play, he gets 0. Fritz has 400 points at Wimbledon. Now he can make more points, right? If he does better than last year, he's got to at least though make the quarterfinals at Wimbledon to have the same ranking points from start to finish of that tournament. Because at the start of the tournament, everyone loses the points that they made from that tournament the previous season. So when we get to the day 1 of Wimbledon, everyone who played Wimbledon last year will lose the points that they made last year and then have to start again. And then at the end of Wimbledon, the rankings will change depending on who did what. It's very confusing. It takes a little bit of time to get used to and understand, but once you get it, it's kind of, once you understand the lingo, it helps. As Fritz, love 15. Fritz with a forehand inside out to the backhand is Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz. Fritz hits it out. 15 all. How many major tournaments do we have before Wimbledon? Like next week we got 2 and that's it. There's not really any major tournaments, really. Basically, Sinner would still be number... Yeah, Sinner's going to be number 1 for a long time. When does the 52 weeks start and end? 52 weeks are continually changing. So it's literally 52 weeks from today, right? So it's called a rolling system where it's not like a set date, like on the 1st of January, 52 weeks from before then. No, it's every week it goes another week, right? So starting on Monday, on the 16th, it'll go back to last year, this time last year, and that'll be 52. So as we progress, right? As we progress, through the year, so with the rankings. So you'll start losing points from a year ago. So it's whatever makes up that year of rankings. Whatever you've done within that 52 weeks, that's your ranking. And then when we go to next week, then 12 months ago, we drop off a week. Does that make sense? So it's continually just shifting. There's a block of 52. There's no like start date and we go, 52, right? It's like, it's kind of like just moving along, right? Does that make sense? 30 all, by the way. It is confusing. Very confusing. But it's the system we got. Well, we have 2 systems. We also have the race of the finals, which is everybody starts on 0 at the start of the year, and then at the end of the year, the best 8 play in the ATP finals. But the world rankings are not based on that. Not the start, like not until like ends of the year. 30-40. Break point for Fritz here. $30-40. And Zverev serves. An ace. All right, we get to deuce. We get to deuce. All right, serve again. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, I know it's hard to... It's a lot trying to understand, but after a while, it'll make sense. You kind of... It took me a while to understand it too. All right, deuce. There's a default second serve. Oh, it's a double fault from Zverev. Okay, advantage, Fritz. Advantage, Fritz. As we return now to the backhand of Zverev. Fritz with the pass. Zverev with the volley. In the net, there's the break. 5-3 Fritz. He's going to serve the set. All right. Fritz will serve for the first set. All right, 5-3. Serve. Into the backhand of Zverev. To the forehand of Fritz. Zverev forehand. Into the backhand of Fritz. Lob goes up. Bounce smash from Zverev is a winner. Love 15. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Love 15. Good serve from Fritz. 15-all. My prediction for this match is Fritz in 3. 15-all. Good serve again from Fritz, 30-15. All right, 40-15, nice serving. Fritz with 2 set points to take the first. $40-15. And an ace, all right. Fritz takes the first. 6-3. All right. Yeah, look, let's just to make it so it's not so confusing, let's just not get into the details of the rankings. Like this means if you play this, you do this, or this is worth more than this, and this is different. Let's just leave it, because otherwise we're gonna the people that are asking, that are trying to understand part 1 of the rankings. If we go too deep down the rabbit hole, we'll get too confusing. So yes, there are different points for women and men, and blah blah, but let's not go down that road. Otherwise, it's just going to confuse people more. All you need to know is that the rankings are 52 weeks. And as the year rolls on, rankings drop off. And defending points means if you did well here last year, you have to try and do the same again to keep those points on your total. Rather than going into the details of things like Francis is doing, which is super helpful for people that want to know way more. But for people that just want to know the basics, it's really, really confusing. So let's not confuse everybody. It's a confusing system. Let's just get one thing at a time. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it simple. I'm confused. JJ, me too. And I thought I knew what I was talking about. But let's just keep it simple. And we don't need to confuse everybody when we're just starting to understand it, all right? Once you understand that, we can go into detail of other shit. But right now, that's all you need to know. That's what defending rankings are, That's it. Zverev a better tennis player, but Fritz wins on grass all day. This game on clay would be 2-0 Zverev. Yeah, maybe on clay it would be different. Maybe. All right. Zverev is going to serve first in the second. It's clear as mud. Exactly. All right. First set in the bag. Zverev to serve. As Fritz hits a forehand into the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand slice of Fritz. Drop shot is too good by Fritz. And it's love 15. Love 15. Zverev serves again. Zverev complaining about something. He's complaining about maybe the surface being a little wet. I don't know. No idea. All right, love 15. Which career are you picking? You win 26 Grand Slam titles, but no other titles. So you finish your career with 26 titles, or 15 Grand Slam, 42 Masters, and you have 120 titles. How many weeks at number one am I? As a backhand winner down the line from Zverev, and it's 15-all. And Zverev serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Back into Fritz. Zverev with the slice. Into the back into Fritz. Zverev back in again. The back into Fritz. To the back into Zverev. That's a great shot. Fritz gets up with a slice forehand. Zverev backhand pass. Fritz with a passing shot, but Zverev with the volley goes long. And it's 15-30. A has 50 weeks at number one, and B has 120 at number one. That's impossible. I'm sure if you won that many titles, you would have like at least 300 weeks at number one. For the 15-30, come on now. All right, 15-30. As Zverev serves a fault, second serve. Serve to the forehand of Fritz. Return goes into the forehand of Zverev. Zverev puts it away. And it's 30-all. Seven to the forehand of Fritz. Fritz in the net. 40-30. Zverev to take the first game of the second. Shows a fault. Second serve. Hey, Chris, thank you for the 28 months. Second serve. In the back of Fritz. Return goes long. One loves Zverev in the second. All right. All right. By the way, chat, can I just point something out? For those who wonder why we watch other players and not these two more often, now there are a lot of people here, right? 600 people is a lot of people, but for a final between two guys who are top four, Zverev and Fritz, who are Grand Slam finalists, 1,000 champions, you know, top, like this is the top of the top. There are only 600 people here. There should be at least 1,000 people to watch this match. We get more people watching the qualifiers of a 250 on the WTA. So next time anybody comes in and says, why are we watching blah, 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 blah? Just remember this match that we're watching between two guys who are in the top four currently. This should be a final of a Grand Slam. This is a huge match. But where the hell is everyone? Where are those people that complain? Are they here? Are they watching this match? Because they'll be here to complain when we watch the next match. I know that much. But are they here when we're watching this match? No, they're asleep. So the next time anybody comes in and complains about watching Raducanu, watching Fonseca, watching Eala, where were you when we watched Zverev versus Fritz? Were you here supporting these guys because these guys deserve it? Just remember that. They're not here because I would have heard them. But they'll be here when we watch the players they don't want to watch. 1-1. Just a weird one. This should have way more people watching. It's a way bigger matchup. Way bigger match. High profile. It's not like these guys don't have fans. These guys have fans. As Zverev says, an ace 15 love. Like we should have like way more people watching this match. Especially as a preview for Wimbledon. This could be a semi-final at Wimbledon. You know, it's a huge deal. All right, 15 love. But thank you everybody who is here. Because you know. If you're here, you know. You know. All right, now it starts raining because, of course it does. Chad, if we have to sit here for 4 hours watching rain, I'm going to cry. But shout out to everybody who is here because you know. You know that this is a big match and an important match. All right. But it is raining. It's too early on a Sunday in Europe. Really, that's your excuse. You're defending the people that hate on other players by saying it's too early for the haters to wake up. Come on now. I swear we watched Eala and Raducanu at this exact same time, and there was plenty of people in there talking trash. Don't get it. Oh, it's too early for me to wake up and be on my keyboard. It's like, come on now. Don't defend them. Zverev isn't serving as well as he did against Shelton. What's gonna help him versus Fritz? Yeah. It's 1 p.m. in Europe. Lol. Yeah, exactly. It's 1 o'clock in Europe. What the hell are you talking about? It's 1 o'clock in Europe. Joe, 72, who's had an account for 4 months, which seems really suspicious all of a sudden, who's defending people that hate on players we watch. Who are you? Somebody who's super sus. Why are you defending the people that hate on Eala and Raducanu and Fonseca? What are you? It's too early in Europe. Who were you before you were Joe 72? That's a strange 4 months. Who are you? What did you do with the other account? All right, covers are on and the weather is shit. Chat. Hopefully it's not going to be too much. It's 7 a.m. on the East Coast, and I'm here. Well, Kenny, you are a legend. Why'd the match stop? Because raining. No, thank you everybody who is here. I appreciate it. Why does Zverev lose his first set? Because he double faulted and got broken. Now we're here. Watching Zverev can be like watching paint dry sometimes. This has been a pretty fast match though. By the way, everyone who stop defending the people that hate. Stop defending haters. Just say yes or just don't say anything. Stop defending. I'm saying, I'm not having to go at people who aren't here watching this match. People have lives. I'm talking about the people that come to those matches with lots of people and start yelling and screaming, why are we watching this person? Why are we watching that person? Those are the people that we're calling out. Don't defend those people. Don't defend those people. Don't defend the people who come in here and cry when we watch Raducanu. Yet, Raducanu fans show up to every match she plays, right? We get 1,000 people every Raducanu match because her fans want to watch her all the time. Talking about those people that cry. Because those people aren't crying right now. They're crying for Zverev and they're crying for Fritz. They're not crying right now. Why are they not crying? Where are they? Why aren't they like, oh no, why are we watching Zverev? They're not doing that, are they? They only do it when we watch other players. But those other players, people show up to watch those other players. So that's why we watch them. Because people show up. We're watching this match because it's 3 versus 4. And it might be a rematch in a couple of weeks. So, but if this wasn't Zverev versus Fritz, I don't know if we'd watch it, to be honest. Because I know from watching Zverev, for some reason people just don't watch Zverev. His fans aren't as loud when we miss matches he plays, you know? What are kind of his fans? Yeah, you're saying that now, but we're not watching it. You come here and say that. You say that when we watch it. You say that when we watch her in a couple of weeks. All right. Why are we even watching this match? I just explained it. Didn't you hear me? All right. It is raining. Doesn't seem to be raining that hard though, because there are umbrellas up, but there are a lot of people without umbrellas. So I think it's just annoying rain. Radar doesn't look good. Yeah, look, if this match is going to be delayed for a while, I don't have any activities to do, so we're not going to be doing activities. We might just have to come back another day. Now you can talk about used DVDs. I haven't got DVDs to talk about today. Zverev must have planned the delay to get rid of the Fritz momentum. Yeah, it's definitely a conspiracy. It's definitely that, what you just said. Do you think they'll reschedule for another day? No, because it's only just started raining. There's no way that like 5 minutes into a rain delay they'll go, all right, we'll come back tomorrow. There's no shot they'll do that. The only time they'll do that is if it's like 30 more minutes of sunlight and they're like, maybe it's not worth staying today. There's no way they'll delay it. They'll make a call this early. They only need like an hour of sunshine. It could be over. That's all they need. An hour of no rain. They could play. What is this sudden obsession with the Eala all about? It's not an obsession with the Eala. It's that she has a lot of people that want to watch her play. And my job, as I explained the other day, my job is to get the people that want to watch, first watch the players that people want to watch, and we've got to try and convert them into watching other players, right? That's my job. That's part of the promotion of the sport. So if there's a lot of people that want to watch somebody, we're going to watch them. And hopefully, they stick around for the other stuff. Like somebody said the other day, they said they came to watch Eala and they stayed to watch Gauff. Because they started to learn Gauff, who Gauff was. And now they're watching a lot more tennis because they now have two favorite players. You know what I'm saying? That's what part of my job is to do. It's not just yelling and screaming when Alcaraz and Sinner play and everyone gets really happy. It's about watching the players where people are watching and try and go, hey, come watch the Stuttgart final as well tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's the job. Because if we can get those people that like Eala to watch more tennis and then get into the sport, I mean, that's how I got into UFC, right? Somebody's like, hey, have you seen this Conor McGregor guy? And I'm like, who? And I watched him and I was like, oh, this guy's funny. And then I started watching other people. And then I started watching other stuff, right? Same with Kobe. I was like, hey, that Kobe guy's great. And then I started watching other NBA. And I said, that's, you know. So Eala and Fonseca and Raducanu and whoever else, they bring in somebody because, I'm interested in that person. But then my job is to try and get those people to learn more about tennis and then come back for other people and go, hey, I'm actually going to watch, the final of the French Open, even though my favorite player's not there. And then they stay and then they watch more and they enjoy the sport and they learn about more tennis players and more things. You know what I mean? That's the reason why we watch these players. And it does work because there's a lot of people that come for one player and then they stay for others. Tsitsipas got me into tennis and now I love 10 different players. See? I mean, I am exactly like that. I started watching tennis because of Lleyton Hewitt, right? And if I was only a Lleyton Hewitt fan and I only like Lleyton Hewitt, I would not be watching tennis right now because he hasn't played for 10 years, right? I started watching Lleyton. Then I'd watch Lleyton play at, Australian Open. And then I'd start watching Roddick or Federer and Safin, right? And then Rafa. So, started with Lleyton. Then I started learning who his opponents were. And then I was like, when I was watching Lleyton play these guys, I was like, oh, this guy's I like watching this guy. He's good. And then I'd watch them as well when they weren't playing Lleyton. And then now I watch everybody under the sun, right? So it was, for me, I mean, there's probably a player for all of you that brought you into the sport, but then you now know about other players, right? Maybe it was someone back in the 90s. Maybe it was someone back in the 70s. Maybe it was someone who in the 2010s. Maybe you're a Songa fan and now you watch everybody. Or maybe you're a Monfils fan. Or maybe you're someone like a Boris Becker fan and now you watch everybody, right? I'm sure everybody has that one player that got them into tennis. Yeah, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, obviously a massive. The Williams sisters, obviously, as well. They probably got a lot of people into sport as well, Kyrgios got me into being a diehard fan. Okay, there you go. Soderling. Yeah, see, there you go. Serena got me into tennis. Nice. Mukova for you. Nice. I started because of Djokovic. There you go. Can Zverev still win? Of course he can. Agassi, Sampras era. Nice. See? Everybody has the player that got them into the sport, and then most of those players are not here anymore, right? So obviously it worked. You got you hooked on the sport because you would have left when they left, right? Thank you again for always covering the games. You are so entertaining and your commentary is exciting. Hey, thank you, Sue. Appreciate the nice words. Besides everyone, Federer was my idol. Nice. It's a slippery slope. I watch every ATP match and have no life. Well, look, there's worse things to get addicted to. All right, I'm just checking on the umbrellas here because if the umbrellas start going down, you know that they might come back. It does look crappy though, like the dark clouds around. I've always been a tennis fan since I started watching it in the early 90s, early 80s as a child. Nice. Thunderstorms coming in 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, they need to get this done. They need this match. By the way, this rain delay benefits Zverev. Definitely benefits Zverev. Fritz really is Zverev's father. Savage. There's a passing thunderstorm. It should be over in the next 10 minutes if the radar has anything to go by. Okay, cool. It looks like there's not that many people with umbrellas, so that's a good sign. I think people are starting to come back into the stadium, so that's good. That is good. So hopefully, everything is fine. And that we can continue How long is this rain delay going for, bro? Until it stops raining. Listen to the Foo Fighters and Cam. Nice. Can Zverev still win? Of course he can. Yes, he can. Yeah, so people are coming back into the stadium, so that's a good sign. But it is super dark. But people are coming back, so that's good. I never saw Fritz until the day he played Nadal at Wimbledon 22. I wasn't impressed, though. Actually, I remember Fritz being like 2019 Fritz when he used to like throw rackets and just be like a bit of a crybaby. But like 2020, he matured big time. Like he went from like in 2020, he was just like, I wouldn't say he was a brat, but he was just kind of like he started losing, he'd be like, you know, he'd just give up and he'd be like, oh, this sucks. And just kind of like mentally just completely collapse. But that was just like, he was like, what, 20 at the time, 21, right? So, and I thought, oh, his ceiling is probably, I mean, I don't think he's going to be top 10. But then he figured that out, got like his coaches helped him figure that out. And now he doesn't do that at all anymore. And look at how good he is now, right? And how good he's been. I mean, he's had a great career, Fritz. Why is it an advantage for Zverev for the delay? Because he's losing. So he can go back and talk to the coaches and figure out why he lost the first set, how to not lose the second set. Definitely favored Zverev. Whereas Fritz, he had all the momentum. He broke, won the set, was rolling, and now it's all of that momentum stopped. So this is as clear of a cut case as this favors Zverev. Way more than it favors Fritz. Like this rain delay favors one guy. Usually sometimes when we have rain delays or delays in play, we kind of go, look, you know, if it was like, you know, let's say Zverev had broken and it was 3-love right now. You'd say, oh, okay. Maybe it favors Fritz a little bit more because, you know, it kind of breaks up Zverev's momentum. But right now, Zverev is losing this match. He is not playing well and he is frustrated and, you know, and Fritz is on a roll. But that all stops when they come back, right? Because of the momentum. So this is as clear a cut as it favors Zverev. It should favor Zverev. Now, does Zverev come back and win? That's a different answer. Maybe. We'll find out. But the person who won... I mean, Zverev... It's no surprise that Zverev was the one who was like checking the court because it was a little wet. And he's like, the court's a little wet. Because he wanted to stop. Because he saw the score and everything was going back against him. And then the rain came and he's like, oh, okay. So definitely he wanted this delay more because of the reasons I just mentioned. Start time when it starts raining. How does Zverev play so many tournaments? It's crazy. Yeah. Why is everyone spamming? Can we stop spamming? Or Zverev will get more into his head and come out of the day really struggling? No. This is a good refresher for Zverev. I'd be shocked if Zverev came out and was started playing worse and was like started to break rackets and stuff. I mean, I don't think like Zverev going off court for whatever it is, 30 minutes an hour, however long it is, to talk tactics, try and re-evaluate what happened in the first set and try and figure out, okay, well I tried that, it wasn't working. What's plan B? Like that's way better for Zverev. Whereas Fritz is like, now, you know, Fritz is like, well, everything I was doing was working, but now he's going to play someone, well, if Zverev learns from his mistakes, Fritz is going to play against a different guy when they come back, right? Like Fritz is not going to play the same Zverev from that first set. If Zverev makes the most of this delay. And these two guys are so experienced that they would be making the most of this delay. And, you know, Fritz has got to try and keep doing what he's doing when he comes back, which... You know, but also he'll be playing a different guy. Zverev will come back different, you would expect. If Zverev comes back and he plays the same way as in the first set, you'd be like, what a waste of time. And it'd be really frustrating to watch Zverev do that. But I expect Zverev to come back as a different person. And then Fritz will have to adjust. Looks like this might resume soon. The cloud is going the other direction on the radar. Yeah, look, I mean, there's people coming back into the stadium. It doesn't seem like it's raining. It just seems windy. So hopefully they will start to come back. Now, I don't know if they're trying to inflate the covers or if are they inflating the covers? Or is it just the wind blowing the covers? They might actually be inflating the covers, which is kind of stupid because it means that they're like not coming back anytime soon if they're going to inflate the covers. Stupid question. Sorry for my ignorance. At the start of chat, what does 25 XP mean? Oh, Sue, that's all right. YouTube has some new feature where like there's like you get XP points. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking we might turn it off because it doesn't really do anything. And it's just kind of confusing, and it's an interesting feature, but I just don't think it brings any value to the chat yet. Until they start being, until those things actually matter, But yeah, it's just a YouTube feature. Remember how you talked about Nutella yesterday? I had it for breakfast. They should sponsor the channel then. Nutella, sponsor the channel. We need a Nutella sponsor, chat. Why aren't there any ATP events in India? There used to be. I don't know why not. Not sure. Why did the game stop? Because it's raining? Yeah, I don't know how to turn it off on my end, though. That's the problem. So I have to figure that out another day. So yeah, they've inflated they're kind of inflating the covers, but I think maybe they're just inflating it so then the rain kind of, because they're pulling some of the workers are kind of pulling up the covers, so maybe they're just inflating the covers a little bit so then the rain can kind of wipe off the covers and they can take the covers off and not have puddles. Will the game continue? Yes. It will. At some point. I don't know when, but I'll tell you when they start to do stuff. Ferrero caused Ferrero. The company owns Nutella. What? You lost me. No, you lost me. You lost me. Zverev wins the second set and the third set goes to a tiebreak. That sounds about right. I could understand that. This is a preview for Wimbledon. It kind of is. What, the rain delay or the match? Both. So it looks like it looks like the groundskeepers seem to be kind of inspecting things. They are inflating the covers. I can tell you that. But also they are inspecting the covers. So I don't know if they're checking. Again, I don't know if they're inflating the covers because they're waiting for this. If there's going to be a rain delay forever, or what. But it does seem like they. Again, I think they might inflate the covers just to kind of like get the rain off the covers. After this, can we watch Anisimova versus Maria? That is not on my radar today, but it might be on at the same time as this match, so we can keep an eye on the score if it happens. So, but I don't plan on watching that. My plan this week was not to watch anything, but we ended up watching way more than I wanted to this week. I wanted to have a week off this week. That was the plan. Plan was not to watch any match, watch one player maybe, but here we are. Because next week is going to be really busy. Yeah. Azza.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the US. Don't forget to tell your dads that you love them.
Thank you, Azza, for the 5. Yep. Shout out to Father's Day in America, I think. Is it in America or is it in Europe as well? Can't take a week off when Eala's playing. I mean, Raducanu played too. So... It's Father's Day in the UK as well, and Jamaica. Nice. It's not Father's Day here. Not in Australia. It got real dark all of a sudden at the stadium again, so we'll wait and see. Canada and France as well, okay. All right. So they have inflated. They are inflating the covers. Again, is it maybe for preparation that they think it's going to rain even more, and they're just like, we're not going to, they haven't given us a time when they're coming back, so they might be anticipating more rain, which is why they want to inflate the covers. But then again, the ground staff is checking the covers. It's not raining. It doesn't seem like it's raining currently. How long is this rain delay? As long as it rains. As long as they feel necessary. I don't think I've ever had the answer to this question. Chad, have I ever answered the question? I feel like I never had the answer to this question because I don't know. Just like you, nobody knows. The only people that know are the people that run the tournament. I wish I knew, but there's never an answer for this stuff. Because when I think it's ready to go, they wait 3 hours, and it's like, why do we waste time? Like, they could probably come back right now for 10 minutes, maybe. But they won't. They said it's going to be 10 past 2, at least another 30 minutes. Okay, so there you go. 30 minutes minimum. 30 minutes minimum. So at least not for the next 30 minutes. Call the tournament director. Yeah, you go call the tournament director. So they have inflated the covers, which suggests that they are expecting more rain. At least it's not snowing. I mean, look, to be honest, rain or snow, it doesn't matter. Delays are delayed. Where's the roof? Why don't they have a roof? Where's the roof, chat? Oh, the sun's coming out. Have you ever played real tennis? You mean like royal tennis? No. I have not. Good thing that the 24-hour of Le Mans is also on. It's good for you guys. I don't have any. I just have to sit here and wait. Why Adidas makes same color players wear same color? That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it looks like they. I reckon they might take the covers off here. Because it looks like they're trying to there's a guy who's walking around on the covers, and I think they're trying to get the covers dried. They're trying to kick the, trying to get the rain off the covers. And the sun's come out. I don't think Sinner in Haller lineup. No, he's the number 1 seed. He's number 1 seed. He takes on. He has a bye in the first round, I think, or he takes on a qualifier, doesn't he? I made a video. I don't remember. Yeah, he plays a qualifier. When was the most important match of your life and against who? I don't know. Is Alcaraz still in Ibiza raving? No, he's in Queen's Club. He's at Queen's Club. All right, super windy. It's been windy most of the day. Can Zverev win? He can. Like I said, I think this rain delay helps Zverev. I think he would prefer it. Jovic is the youngest player in the top 100 as of Monday. Nice. Do you recall the longest match you ever played? Nah, it probably would have been close to 3 hours. What do you do apart from YouTube? Not much. Travel, watch movies, collect stuff. Is Dimino out of the top 10? I don't know. Yes. Dimino is number 12. He dropped out of the top 10. Shelton took his place. Shelton has taken his place. Regarding your tennis team, is Tsitsipas close to retirement? No. He's 27. Top 10 looks good for Ben. Oh, yeah. Love that. Love Shelton being in the top 10. Can we mail you postcards and DVDs? You can mail me postcards, DVDs, and M&Ms if you want. That'd be great. Thanks. That'd be great. All right. What's the radar looking like? Shitty weather. Apparently thunderstorms, so we gotta figure this out because I don't really want to sit here for 5-6 hours. It's a look, as much as it's like a top 10 clash, if they're not going to play for 6 hours, bloody shit. I don't want to sit here for 6 hours because we're gonna have to do that next week, probably because the weather's not going to get any better. We need a Draper-Shelton match. That actually would be good. Not worth it, Cam, I agree. Look, this is a great matchup, and I know I've been talking about how, like, where the hell is everyone? There's no one here. But that's also the part of the problem, is that if we're not going to play for 6 hours and people aren't here, most people, like, there's, people aren't interested in this match. It's like, shit. More people are interested in... But we have another match coming up, so... We'll wait and see what's up. I have nothing prepared because it's a 250 final. Like I said, the only reason we're watching this is because it's Zverev versus Fritz. If this wasn't Zverev Fritz, we probably wouldn't watch it. Maybe Shelton Fritz, but maybe not. I mean, we wouldn't watch a 250 final unless it's like super, super important, like Djokovic winning 100 titles or, you know what I mean? But like, we're watching this because it's Zverev Fritz. That's why we're here. I think this is only the second 250 final we'll watch for the season. That's the reason, is because we don't watch 250s, that much. We're not watching Berg versus Diallo. That was never on the cards. We watched Djokovic Hurkacz because obviously. We didn't watch any tournaments before. I'm just trying to look. Have we ever? Is this the second? Yeah, this is like the second one. We didn't even watch 250s when we were in Australia. Like, we didn't watch Lehechka Opelka. We didn't watch Monfils Bergs back in Auckland. Like, we didn't watch them. So this is only the second final of the 250, and I think did we watch Fonseca maybe? Fonseca Cerundolo maybe? Because of Fonseca, right? And his first trophy. But, yeah, we don't usually watch these kind of finals because... But we make an exception when the players in the finals are a big deal, right? I mean, this is a big deal final. On the women's side, have we watched any 250 finals? There's not too many. I don't think we have. I don't think we've watched any 250 finals on the women's side. Besides Auckland. Towson versus Osaka. That was the only time we've watched two. So this is the third, maybe fourth 250 final of the year we've watched. We just don't watch these finals. And it makes it even harder to watch when there's a rain. Because I'll sit here for a Grand Slam or for a 1,000, but for a 250 to wait 6 hours or whatever it is for the rain, that's brutal. I didn't prepare anything for this. I only come prepared for Grand Slams and 1,000s. We watched some of Brisbane. Yeah, but we didn't watch the final. We watched Djokovic. That's different. So yeah, they've completely inflated the covers. So I don't think they're planning on coming back anytime soon. I think Stuttgart, even though the sun's out, chat, this is what's such a joke, is that the sun's out, they've inflated the covers, and it's not raining. Like, that's what's really hard to understand. But they also probably think, well, it's going to rain in 20 minutes for 3 hours, so we're not going to... The sun comes out for 2 seconds, we're not going to try and rush back on court for 5 seconds, right? It's just really... I mean, they're taking the covers down. Or they're readjusting them. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're readjusting them. Maybe. I don't know what they're doing. They said no play until 10 past 2, which is in 20 minutes. So We are watching Eala, yes. You have to refresh the title of your Twitch cam. Why is everyone telling me what I have to do today? I can't do anything right now. I'll break the stream if I change things. But thank you for pointing out the mistake that I made because I was half asleep. It's really helpful. Where's my dog asleep? It's not raining in London? Well, that's great. We're not in London, are we? They did not say before 2:10. They said, let's see at 2:10. Yeah. No play before. No play before. They did say not before. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they did say not before 2:10. Yeah, exactly. So we've got 20 minutes. They did seem to be... I think that they're deflating the covers. So that's a good thing, I think. It seems like it's going down. Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. The wind is blowing it around, so I can't tell. If Sinner and Alcaraz play Wimbledon final, who do you going to support? I'm going to support 5 sets, 5 hours, greatest match of all time. That's what I'm supporting. What time is it now? It's 10. It's 1:50. 1 p.m., 50 minutes. 1:50. 5-0. Again, it looks like they are deflating the covers, but maybe it's just the wind is making the covers look flat. I don't know. Rain between 3 p.m. and 12 p.m. So, they really need to get this match done in the next hour. Oh, okay, so they're deflating the covers. Okay, good. So we might get back in 20 minutes. This is good. Good signs. Good signs. They've got I don't know, about 13 people pushing the covers down to take the air out. Good sign. We're not watching many 250s, but watching Eala in qualifiers, it's all about who's playing. Yeah, H Treasure, are you okay? Are you good? Why did they stop playing? I need to make this sign bigger. This is not... Chat, how do I make it more obvious? Why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? There we go. That's better. Why does this keep happening? I don't understand. Just sleep. It's raining. They're literally taking the covers off now. Why would I sleep? They're coming back in 20 minutes. What is going on? Is it raining? When will it stop? Yeah. Why are we not playing? It's raining. When will it stop raining? When it stops. What time are we going to come back? I don't know. Do you think Czech player can win Wimbledon again? Maybe. Eala's playing at 10 past 3 UK time. Yeah, that's in a couple hours. I have no idea it was raining. I couldn't tell. Yeah, Morven, it's wild, eh? Why don't they have a roof? Sun's come out, though. That's good. All right, so they deflated the covers, which means they can start to get the court back to what it was before it rained. Maybe they don't know rain delay? Oh, fair enough. If only this was in Hella. I know, right? It sucks that Queen's Club doesn't have a roof because this week Queen's Club is way more interesting. Felix, please don't bring up depressing subjects in the chat. We come here to forget. We don't want to be reminded of things that are going on in the world that are not happy and that are actually in fact sad. So please don't do that. we're not here to talk about it anyway. Why would we discuss non-tennis things? Unless you want to talk about DVDs or Lego or food. I really don't feel like I'm not in the mood to talk about other stuff. Azza.
Come on, chat. What was the best tennis match you've seen with your father? Mine easily was Rafa vs. Roger 2008 Wimbledon.
I don't know. When was the last? Me and my dad didn't really sit down and watch tennis. I just kind of watched on my own. Well, like the reason why I got into tennis was because Dad put on the Davis Cup in 2003, and we're watching Philippoussis against Switzerland, I think it was, in 2003 Davis Cup. I'm sure I've watched other matches with him, but that's like the one that got me started watching tennis. Was Mum and Dad had it on the TV, and we're watching Australia versus Switzerland in the Davis Cup. But yeah, I can't remember watching specific Wimbledon final, blah, blah. I can't remember watching because Wimbledon's on such a late time, you know. Do you still believe Novak will win a Grand Slam? Yes, I do. All right, chat. Looks like they're taking the covers off, put the net back up, and then players should be back in about 15 minutes, they say. Hopefully. Sinner's scheduled to play doubles with Sonigo as well. Nice. Thanks, Trisha. Appreciate it. Rome final between Coria and Nadal in 2005. Must watch. Yeah, I've got. That is a must watch. Is that online anywhere? It's on Tennis TV. Yeah. All right. Just trying to figure out how to take the covers off the court. Yeah, I think they have it on Tennis TV. If you get Tennis TV, you can watch old matches, and that's definitely one they would have. For sure. All right. The covers are being removed, and then they'll hopefully dust off the court and get ready to go. Whoop, 1 second, chat. What is it, man? Do you think Zverev is the third favorite for Wimbledon? No. Definitely not. I'll be back in a second, chat. All right. No rain in London, so in 30 minutes I'll come back when they're ready. We're not in London. We're in Stuttgart. Hey, the sun's come out. That's a good sign. All right. Is Zverev losing because of his forehand? Zverev's losing because he's double faulted at deuce and got broken, and that is that. Do you think Draper is as good as chance as Djokovic to win Wimbledon? I think they're probably similar, yeah. I would say similar, yeah. Are you playing Topspin 2K25? Not at the moment. My plan after this is to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 on the Switch. Because I downloaded it yesterday, but I didn't get to play it today because I was too busy doing other things. Are you enjoying your Switch game? Not yet. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I haven't been busy. Yesterday after streams, I had to make videos, and then today I had to do chores. The net's going back up, and the players will come out on court. The sun's out. Apparently, we've got about an hour of weather, so hopefully that hour we can get things done. Do you play FIFA? Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. FIFA just took so much of my time. When I was at uni, it was great. Are you going to cover Sinner Sonigo doubles? I don't know, maybe. It's not Father's Day in Australia. They're going to come out on court and they're going to practice, and then we're going to get things going. What degree did I get at uni? I did a Bachelor of Design. Still very windy out there, by the way. FIFA fell off since 2023, yeah. Why are they so slow to set things up? The rain might start again. Yeah, I mean, they've got to get everything like precise, so, you know. Will the Rockies win tonight? I hope so. It's been a tough couple of days as a Rockies fan. It's kind of sucked, you know. Whoa, 1 second, Joe. All right. Players are hopefully coming back on court in the next 5 minutes. then we can keep this final going. But it has stopped raining, so that's a good thing. Rockies lost last night. Yep, thanks for telling me. Appreciate that. Fritz is Zverev's kryptonite. Yeah, he sure is. The loss at RG might be hurting Sinner till the end of the season. Thoughts, Camp? Nah. I don't think Sinner's like that. I don't think... Look, and when I say not like that, I mean he's not normal like that. Like, I think most players, Medvedev, Zverev, recent times, would take that loss as... And they would carry that for the whole year. I don't think Sinner's like that. I don't think Sinner is the kind of guy that will dwell on something like that. He doesn't seem like he would. Does it hurt? Yes. Does it sting? Of course. Is it going to haunt him? Probably not. I don't think it's going to haunt him. I don't think he's going to be dwelling on that forever. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. Whereas we've seen with Zverev and Medvedev, who have lost heartbreaking matches in similar fashion, it takes them a long time to get back to, to get over it. Sinner is different to those guys. I think he's different to that. I don't think Sinner's going to carry that. And if he wins Wimbledon, it won't matter. Like, we'll forget about the French Open. You know what I mean? So he knows that, like, the best way to get over that is to try and win the next thing. Winning helps get over that stuff. I don't think Sinner's going to keep. I don't think that's going to linger. He is one of only a couple of players that you could say that for, right? Alcaraz is another one that I don't think it lingers for him. When he loses a tough match, he gets over it. Besides, actually, you know what? No. I'll take that back, because the Olympics he did lose. And then it did take him a little while to get back the groove. Some would say he didn't get it back until the start of this year, right? So there is definitely... but I don't think Sinner is one to dwell on the past. I think he's going to focus on winning Halle this week, and he's not going to be thinking about the French Open. Like, he just doesn't seem the kind of guy that would keep that. I mean, he was banned for 3 months. And he came back and he made a final of a Grand Slam in his second tournament. Right? I mean, he was banned for 3 months. Even when he was... the announcement after Cincinnati final, the announcement that he was in trouble, right? And everybody's giving their opinions. And then he wins the US Open anyway. You know what I mean? Like, Sinner, he doesn't dwell on things and he doesn't let them affect his tennis. The man is just a machine. So I would be shocked if Sinner went to Wimbledon and went on this losing streak. It'd be crazy. Because he doesn't have any history of having a losing streak after tough times. Except for injuries. Injuries are a different thing. But when he's not injured, when he's, after the Cincinnati final, the world finds out that he tested positive, right? He wins the US Open without breaking a sweat. Nobody, you know what I mean? Who does that? Most players would have been distracted and lost in the second round. Not him, right? And then, like I said, he gets banned for 3 months, comes back, makes the Rome final. Makes the French Open final without dropping a set. Again, after a 3-month ban. Didn't let that linger. Yeah. So I don't think he's the kind of guy that will be thinking about the French Open final too often. Stone cold, exactly. In the best way, though. In the best way. Yeah, there's not many players that don't take... Djokovic is another one that probably could take a tough loss and then win the next week. Rafa... we're talking about the best of the best. But I don't think he's going to have a Zverev/Medvedev slump. I don't think he's going to have a slump. Because he just doesn't have a track record of having a slump after after something happening. Except for injuries, but that's a different story. If you get injured, of course it's going to take your body to get back, but his mind, he doesn't have a mind slump. He's never shown a mind slump. It's always been a body physicality thing. But that's not the case now. Benny.
As a Demon fan, him almost getting very tough first-round opponents in 500s is quietly pissing me off long.
I am with you. That stinks. Thank you for the donation. It sucks. Sucks that Demon can't just get yeah. He made the quarters of Wimbledon last year too, so he's got some points to defend. All right, players should be coming out on court any moment. I'll tell you what, they did say 10 past 2, and it is 10 past 2, so credit to to whoever picked that time, because they are very much on schedule, which is nice. And the courts are ready, and the announcer's microphone is standing, and the players will be coming out on court. They'll practice, and then we'll get back into it. You hardly feature Demonor? Yeah, because we have only a few rules on this channel, and one of them is we don't watch Australians. 15 love, by the way, it is 1-1 Zverev in the second. Fritz won the first at 6-3, mainly because Zverev double faulted at a crucial moment and got broken. What are my Queen's Club predictions? I'm going to pick Draper. Or Alcaraz, or maybe Runa, or somebody else. Will we witness back in his young first round? Yeah, they're going to play, for sure. Has Sinner really been injured for a longer period of time? I mean, he gets injuries, right? Or he gets sick. Remember last year? He had a lot of injury issues and a lot of stuff happening, Right. Still very windy out there, by the way. All right. Crowd's back as well, which is good to see. Can Anna Maria beat Anisimova? Well, she's beaten a lot of players this week, so you got to think she could. All right. All right, players about to reappear. Is Rublev past his prime? Probably not. Do you think that Novak will win another title or retire before that? Yeah, I think he'll win more titles. Does Zverev want to win this match? I'm going to say yes. All right. Alcaraz Djokovic will fall in same half this year at Wimbledon, you reckon? Maybe. I mean, we'll never know. Well, we will. We'll know next week. A couple of my tennis buddies were at Queen's Club yesterday. Special hospitality package because one works for HSBC. They had a fabulous time. Oh, that's nice. It's fancy. Fancy. Fritz is winning in 2? I hope so. Just because I don't want to have another rain delay. And I think they only have about an hour to get this done before the next rain delay. By the way, chat, apparently this is it's the first time that we've had a 250 final between two top 10 guys since Bostad back in 23, where Ruud versus Rublev. So I said earlier that this is like crazy that we have these kind of matches in this stage of like this, in this level of tournament, and it is. This is insane that we have this high profile like top 10 final. It doesn't happen at this stage. Alcaraz Raducanu will be interesting. Yeah, that would be fun tomorrow. All right, I think the players are about to come out on court. And we can keep... Well, they've got to warm up and then we'll keep going. Novak's last chance is Wimbledon. Hard courts for Sinner and clay for Alcaraz. Cool. All right, 1 second, chat. All right. We need a Fritz blitz. That is true. Because, yeah, if it does start raining in, like, the next hour, they're going to get this match done. If it's going to rain more and more, like, for longer time in the next one, they got to get this done. How many titles won this season for Zverev? I think he's only won one, right? He won Munich. His only title, I think, this year. All right. Still waiting for the players to come out on court. What change can Goran bring to Steph's game? No idea. Maybe better net play, which is something that he's not bad at the net, but to refine his net game would probably help a lot. All right, we're still waiting for the players to come back. Onto the court. Dark horse for Wimbledon this season? I don't know. Ask me when the draw comes out. Does Mirra like the rain? Not really. Is it ridiculous how long it's taking them to restart? I bet there'll be another rain delay. Yeah, it feels like that. They were supposed to start be back on court like 9 minutes ago. But yeah, I think at this point it's the players that we're waiting for, like the delay of players, not because of the. We're waiting for the players to be ready to come back. So maybe they weren't ready. I don't think they're waiting. I don't think it's the ground staff have done their job, right? The courts are ready for play. The players haven't warmed up. Remember, they got to warm up in the back and they got to stretch again. They got to do all that shit and then come out and play. You know? So I think at this stage, we're just waiting for the players to return. I'll tell you what. They're coming back on court right now. But yeah, I think the players are just running late, after having to warm up again and do the stretching. But now they can have to actually warm up because they haven't played for longer than 15 minutes. So now we're going to wait for them to play for another 5 minutes and then they'll actually start playing. Will Feast be fit in time for the Australian Open? Probably. That's like 7 months away. I hope so. Shit, if he's not ready for that, then it must be a pretty long-term injury, which sucks. But I would say, yeah, he's probably... I think he's going to be ready for the Australian Open. God, I hope he is. Otherwise, he's had a very long-term injury. If you mean Wimbledon, then I don't know. Because Wimbledon's obviously a lot closer, right? Wimbledon is a lot. He's got back fractures, Feast. Fractures in his back, apparently. I know, like, a back issue could be up until the Australian Open, but I mean, let's wait to see if he plays Wimbledon first, and then we can talk about the next. Talking about will he play in 6 months is way. Like, you're diagnosing him with the worst of the worst. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're basically being like, he's not going to play for the rest of the year. Like, you've written him off. Like, he still might play Wimbledon. I doubt it, but he might. I doubt it, but it's a long way. Straight up, it's like 7 months. If he's not back in the next 7 months, what a shit injury, you know? That sucks. But I wouldn't be writing him off until then. Just maybe be just a little more optimistic. Hope for the best that he comes back before then, way before then. He hasn't even announced that he's gotten surgery or anything. He's just not ready for. He's not even out of Wimbledon yet. Technically, he's still playing. He's playing Wimbledon at this rate. Yeah, we're getting a little too far ahead of it. I mean, if you said, will he play the US Open? Okay, maybe we can talk about that. But like saying that. will he play next year's Australian Open? It's like, shit, that's a long way away, and hopefully I'm sure he's not thinking about that. Who's the favourite for Queen's Club on the men's side? Probably Alcaraz or Draper. They're probably equal favourite. Now Hurkacz is playing next week. Think Swiatek can win Wimbledon? Maybe. I don't think she will this year, but maybe. He estimated between 4 to 6 weeks of recovery. There you go. And Gene's the expert on fees, so he knows. Last couple of serves, and then we will get started. But there is more rain on the way, apparently, in the next 45 minutes. So hopefully, we can get this final finish before the next delay. Hopefully. Feast absolutely should not rush back. Oh, yeah. He should take all the time he needs, but I think, should be a little more optimistic about coming back before Wimbledon. Okay. Zverev is serving 15 love. Let's see if he can recover. I think the rain delay helped him, or at least it should have helped him. Let's see if he can come back. All right. Zverev to serve. 15 love. 1-1. And Fritz sits down the return. 30 love. $30 love. I was with a forehand from Zverev goes long. 30-15. 30-15. Join your commentary from India. Hey, what's up? $30-15. Good serve from Zverev. 40-15. $40-15. Zverev serves a fault. Second serve. As a return goes in the net from Zverev, and it's 40-30. 40-30. Serve again. Into the forehand of Fritz. Fritz hits out in the return. And Zverev holds 2-1 in the second. Uh, 2-1. It's very impossible win against Fritz. Fritz will win every rally, okay. Two one Zverev. Okay, back to Fritz. Zverev will probably win this set, probably. As long as we get this match done before the next delay, that'd be perfect. That would be great. That would be just dandy. All right, nice serve, Fritz, 15-love. As the backhand goes into the forehand, Zverev. To the backhand of Fritz. Zverev with the backhand. Into the backhand of Fritz, who hits a winner. 30-love. They have 1 hour max before the next rain. All right. 30-love. Serve to the forehand, Zverev. Return is out. 40-love. Watch any good movies lately? Yeah. I'm just trying to... I watched Kill Bill 1 and 2 for the first time ever. That was great. 40-love. And the return goes back into Fritz. The forehand is Zverev. It's Fritz backhand to the backhand of Zverev on the stretch. Fritz gets the point, and the game is 2-all. I'd say I watch basketball. It's so funny. So dumb. It's just stupid comedy, but it's so funny. It's so silly. What else? What else have I watched lately? Yeah, it's so silly. Such a silly movie. I do have a lot of movies that I have to watch that I've got ready to watch. I watched Big Trouble in Little China. That was interesting. That was fun. All right, Zverev with an ace, 15-love. I watched The Craft. Great movie. So that's fun. But I got a lot of horror movies that I've bought recently, so they're on my radar. 15-love. Serving to the forehand of Fritz. Fritz in the net, 30-love. I heard your sister's going out with Squeak. Oh, 30 love. That goes out on the return from Fritz. 40 love. Oh, there's so many silly things in that movie. It's hard to put one Kill Bill over the other. They're both epic in their own way. I still think the first one's better. I think the first one's better. But maybe it's because I watched them back to back. Maybe I shouldn't have watched them back to back. Zverev with a volley in the net, 40-15. Yeah, I think Kill Bill 1 was better. Personally. Also watched Batman, the 1989 Batman with Jack Nicholson Joker. And Keaton Batman. I loved it. I've watched it a lot. I've seen that movie a lot, but I love it. In my chat, I love Heath Ledger, and I like how he was the Joker. I mean, it's unfair to compare Jokers because they don't all play the same. They don't all do the same thing. But Nicholson's Joker was so good. So good. It was terrifying, but also funny, which is scary because it's like, is he kidding or is he serious? Like, it's, oh man. It's so creepy because you're like laughing and then he throws a feather at you, you know? It's crazy. Whereas like with Heath Ledger, you just knew the whole time he was like scary. Anyways. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I gotta find that. I haven't found that yet on DVD. I also want to get Hateful Eight, Tarantino, because I also think that is a underrated movie. I liked it though. It's good. Have I seen the Penguin series? It's great. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that. They're both great in their own way. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nicholson's Joker is like, feels more like comic book accurate for the time. Do you think Zverev comes back? He could, yeah. Hateful Eight is wonderful. Yeah, it's got a great cast. Also, I haven't seen Django in a long time either. I've got to find Django. There's a lot. I've got to find all the Tarantino movies. Want to get the whole collection because I haven't seen like Pulp Fiction. I've got to get that as well. Like I've only got like I think 3 Tarantino movies in the collection so far. Fallout series is pretty good too. Yeah, I only watched a little bit of that. I have to watch more. I only watched like the first couple of episodes. From Dusk Till Dawn is my favorite. Yeah, I've got that's on my list. I have to get that. All right, backhand return from Zverev in the net. 15 love. As Fritz with a serve goes in the forehand now to the backhand of Zverev. Fritz backhand again, the backhand of Zverev to the backhand of Fritz. To the forehand of Zverev is Fritz forehand again to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz is Zverev with the backhand in the net. 30 love. Have you seen the Ray movie classic? No, I haven't seen it recently. Pulp Fiction is your favorite? Nice. All right. Jackie Brown is excellent. I don't think I've seen that. All right, first there's a fault by Fritz, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Fritz, backhand of Zverev into the backhand of Fritz. As Zverev slice. To the backhand of Fritz, again the backhand of Zverev. Fritz backhand to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz, who hits an inside-out winner. 40 love. 40 love. Love. All right, 40 love. As Zverev hits a winner, it's 40-15. The past week, I saw 28 Years Later and Happy Gilmore movie trailers on TV. Nice. Yeah, I've got 28 weeks later. I just need 28 days later so I can start from the start of that series. Oh yeah, I also got the Pirates of the Caribbean first 3 movies on DVD the other day, like a 3-pack. Chat, I tell you. As that goes in the net from Zverev, it's 3-0. I'll tell you this, chat. Going out and finding DVDs, I have a list of DVDs that I want, right? If I find one that I want, I'm like, bingo, like jackpot. But if I'm always on the lookout for like 3 or 4 or 5, like a box set where you get like the trilogy of the movies in one case. That's like when I got like Karate Kid 1, 2, 3 all in one DVD case. I was like, bingo, right? Or I got like the what else I get? Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3 all in like one thing. I'm like, perfect. You know, the trilogy series, yeah, Back to the Future trilogy in one case. I'm like, yes, like that's when you get that, you're like 3 movies for the price of 1. Love it. The Bourne series, exactly. Those are just as good. Because there's movies that I'm waiting. I'm like, I want to get like, I don't want to get one of the movies. I want to get what movie I'm like. Well, back to what was it? Pirates of the Caribbean. I could have bought like all 3 separately, but I'm like, nah, I'm going to buy them in a 3-pack. And I found it. I was like, perfect. 30 love. As we return now to the forehand of Fritz. Zverev with the forehand in the net. 30-15. It's such a great find. Lord of the Rings. That's what I'm looking for too. Lord of the Rings trilogy. I can find them individually everywhere. Everywhere I can see 1, 2, and 3 individually. But I'm like, nah. I'm not getting the Lord of the Rings until I find them all in one. I'm not buying them one. I'm not buying 3 different ones. I'm buying 3 in 1. Yeah, I got the Indiana Jones trilogy as well in one case, which is sick. Karate Kid trilogy, the original trilogy. Like those are what they're gold for the collection. Anyway, slice goes in the backhand of Fritz. Backhand up from Zverev. Into the backhand of Fritz, but Zverev hit it out and it's 40-30. Yeah, see, Godfather trilogy as well. I keep finding like one of them, and I'm like, I don't want to buy one at a time. I want to buy them all in one. I want to buy all 3 in one, if I can. 40-30. As the return goes in the net from Fritz, and it's 4-3 Zverev in the second. Yeah, Matrix trilogy is another one. I keep getting like Matrix 1 or Matrix Reloaded, and that's it. I can't find all 3 in one case. I'm like, okay, I can't buy them individually. I have to buy them together. I'm spewing because I found Fast and Furious 1, 2, 3, and then the other day at the thrift, I found a copy that had 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was like, shit. I just bought the first 3, and now I found a 4-pack. It's like, damn it. Even though I know there's like 20 of those movies, but like, yeah. Like I'm looking for Scream, but Scream has so many movies now that you if I find a trilogy of Scream, I'll be great. Happy with that. But like you have to get like a 7-pack. But yeah. Dark Knight trilogy. Well, see, the thing is I bought 1 and 2, but if I find a trilogy 3 in 1 pack, I'll just get that. And then I'll get rid of the ones that I got. Because you can find, when I go to the thrift, you can always find, there's always a Dark Knight movie. Always. There's always Harry Potter, right? Always Lord of the Rings. Like, you can always find these movies. They're everywhere. Every thrift store has one of those DVDs that I've gone to. I have not gone to a thrift store and not seen a Batman, a Harry Potter, a Lord of the Rings DVD. You can find them everywhere. But I want to find 3 and 1. That's hard to find, right? That's the hard part. Final Destination. Well, yeah, and again, I'm trying to find a trilogy. If you buy one of each and then put them together, you have a trilogy. But that's not what I want. I want to buy one with all 3 in them. I don't want to buy 3 different DVDs. I want to buy a 3 in 1, which is harder to find. So when I find it, it's going to be more fun. Because again, I could find all these movies, but it's not fun to just go, oh, there I can find them. I want to find a 3-pack. When I found the Karate Kid 1, 2, 3 on DVD, like in the one, I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. When I found Back to the Future 1, 2, 3, all in the like 3 in 1, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. It's great. It's exactly what I'm looking for. 15 Love. Yeah, when I found the Indiana Jones trilogy, I lost my mind. Why do you want 3 in 1? It takes up less space, right? It takes up way less space than having 3 different cases. You can have 1. But it's just more fun because then you're like, oh, cool, I've got that complete series in one thing. Like I can watch all of them now. Anyways, Fritz comes to the net and that goes out by Zverev, 30 love. Because the worst part is you buy 1 and 2 and then you can't find 3 or 4. Or you buy 2 and 4 and you can't find 1 and 3. Like Jurassic Park, I can find 1, I can find 3, I can't find 2, I can't find 4. Like, but if you find them all in one go, you have them all, right? Or at least all the new ones, all the old ones, right? But if you buy them individually, you got to go find the other ones, and you're like, I want to watch. Like, imagine if you had Harry Potter, and you had the first one, the second one, the fourth one, and the 7th one. What happens when you get through the second one? You can't watch Azkaban because you don't have it on DVD. You got to find it. It's like, nah. I'll just wait until I find them all, and then I'll watch. You know what I mean? I'm not going to buy them individually because then you just can't watch them all in sequence. Anyways, Fritz, I was for all. I'd rather have them all and go, okay, now I can binge them if I want. Like, I'm in a dilemma at the moment because I couldn't find Addams Family 1, but I found number 2. So I can't watch Addams Family 2 because I need to watch number 1. But I haven't found number 1, so now I've got to find number 1. So then I can watch them both. Have a movie night and watch both of them. But I can't watch the second one until I get the first one. So now I can't watch them. Anyway, 15 love. Chad, it's just thrift store problems. 15 love. Zero fault, second serve. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Fritz. Zverev at the backhand down the line of the forehand of Fritz. Drop shot's good, but Zverev comes to the net, and then Fritz in the net. 30 love. And it's only 1991 is the best. Oh, aren't they great? I wish they made a trilogy, but unfortunately, Gomez, the guy who played Gomez, passed away. 30 love. There's a fault from Zverev. Second serve. Second serve. Serve to the back of Fritz. Turn goes long, and it's 40 love. I just binged all 12 Friday the 13th movies. Did you? Did you watch them on Friday the 13th? That's awesome. All right, 40 love. As Zverev says, a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the back of Zverev. Zverev hits it out. 40-15. All All right, Zverev holds. All right, 5-4. Oh, yeah, this is best of 3. All right. What's up, Lilia? How you doing? Zverev has actually come back 5 times this year from dropping the first set. Really? Wow. Well, I think the rain delay definitely helped him. Should help him. Or at least benefit him. I would think it would benefit him. Well, let's see if Fritz can hold to keep this set alive. Okay. All right, Fritz serving to stay in the set. Serve. As return goes into the forehand of Fritz. Backhand from Zverev to the backhand of Fritz into the forehand of Zverev. Backhand of Fritz into the Zverev backhand. Again to the backhand of Fritz. Zverev with the forehand into the forehand of Fritz. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Down the line, the backhand of Fritz. Zverev backhand. Into the Fritz forehand. Zverev with a forehand cross. Into that forehand is Fritz. Zverev forehand again to the forehand of Fritz. And Fritz overhits it. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Serve into the backhand of Zverev. Return the forehand of Fritz. Zverev backhand. Into the backhand of Fritz. Again to the backhand of Zverev. That's Fritz backhand again to the Zverev backhand. Sliced into the backhand of Fritz. Zverev down the line. Fritz gets with the forehand into the forehand of Zverev. Down the line of the backhand of Fritz. Zverev backhand slice. Fritz backhand again to the slice of Zverev. Into the slice of Fritz in the net. Love 30, Zverev. And the crowd goes wild. Zverev has not had a break point for the entire match. Love 30. Love 30. And Zverev, sorry, Fritz serves again. Serve. Into the forehand is Zverev. Zverev hits it out. 15-30. Now he's returning the net by Zverev. 30 all. As a return goes into the net again from Zverev, and it's 40-30. Nice fight back from Fritz. 40-30. The rain delay did help Zverev. Well, almost did. 40-30. He's got a fault second serve. – Second serve. To the backhand is Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz. Zverev again to the forehand of Fritz. To the forehand of Zverev. As Fritz goes again to the forehand of Zverev. Zverev hits it out. 5-all. Good comeback from Fritz. And Zverev got his hands on his hips. He's pissed. All right. 5-5. 5-all. Back to Zverev. Five. All right, nice pickup by Fritz, but it's no good. And Zverev gets a 15 love. And Zverev serves a fault, second serve. Zverev a backhand from Fritz into the backhand of Zverev. Zverev in the net, 15-all. 15 each. There's your backhand from Fritz to the backhand of Zverev. Fritz backhand inside out. Great shot. Zverev gets it. And then Fritz hits a drop shot, but Zverev's going to get there with the backhand long. 15-30. Chance for Fritz to get the break in the second. $15-30. As Zverev serves again. And Fritz shanks it out. 30-all. As a return, goes to the back in Zverev. Forehand from Fritz sliced. Into the forehand of Zverev, who hits it long, and it's breakpoint Fritz. 30-40. Two terrible shots from Zverev on the baseline in this game. 30-40. Do you think Zverev has anger issues? I don't know. He doesn't break many rackets. All right. Breakpoint Fritz, 30-40. To take the break and serve for the match. 30-40. $30-40. Seven to the forehand of Fritz. Zverev with the forehand. Into the forehand of Fritz. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Fritz in the rally. And he hits the forehand cross court. Zverev on the stretch with the slice. Fritz backhand. Down the line goes wide. Oh, that was a great effort by Fritz. That goes in. He breaks. He serves to the championship. That would have been crazy, but he missed it. He went for the win, though. I like that for Fritz. Deuce. Like, he could have gone cross court and played safe, but he's like, no, I'm going to try and win this. Just missed it, though. All right, serve again. Is an ace. Okay. Advantage Zverev. Advantage Zverev. To take the lead again. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand is Fritz. Backhand from Zverev. Into the backhand of Fritz. Zverev backhand again to the backhand of Fritz. That's Zverev backhand. Fritz to the forehand of the stretch. Zverev hits in the net. We're back at deuce. Back to deuce. Serve again from Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz. Return goes wide. Advantage Zverev. Advantage Zverev. To stay in front. And then an ace out wide. All right, Fritz going to have to get to a tiebreak if he's going to get this done in straights. All right. Zverev 6-5 in the second bowl. It says this match has been going for 2.5 hours. That is totally wrong. Definitely has not. Definitely has not been going for 2.5 hours. This match is not. I mean, the delay was a big chunk of that, but this match has not been 2.5 hours. No shot. All right. All right. Let's see if Fritz can get us to this tiebreak. All right, Fritz to serve. They have played a tiebreak in pretty much every match they've played recently. As Fritz has a fault second serve. I think one match they didn't play a tiebreak out of their last 4. But they played multiple tiebreaks in some of those matches. So as Zverev hits it out, 15 love. As with a fault second serve. And Zverev returns a forehand of Fritz, forehand from Zverev. Into the net, 30 love. $30 love. As a return from Zverev into the forehand of Fritz. Fritz puts it away. 40 love. To take us to the tiebreak. And then an ace. All right. We're going to the tiebreak. Are we going 3? Or is Fritz going to win this championship? Tell me in the chat. What do you reckon? Are we going 3? Zverev 7-5, you reckon? Okay. Zverev 7-4, 7-5 Fritz. Fritz got this. Fritz going to win. Okay. Fritz, Zverev, Fritz. All right, Zverev serves the fault. Second serve. Second serve, Zverev. In the back of Fritz. Good return. The back of Zverev. Fritz forehand. Into the forehand of Zverev. Again, the forehand of Fritz on the stretch. Zverev goes down the line. Fritz is there with the backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fritz backhand. Again, the backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Fritz down the line. Zverev with the forehand on the stretch. It's Fritz. Cross court to the backhand of Zverev. Another backhand for Fritz down the line's a winner. 1-love Fritz. Beautiful shot to start the tiebreak. 1-0. 1-0. Fritz gets a mini break straight away. All right, Fritz serves again. Fault. Second serve. Zverev returns into the forehand of Fritz. To the forehand of Zverev. Fritz backhand. To the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz. Zverev forehand into the forehand of Fritz. Again, the forehand of Zverev. Fritz into the backhand of Zverev. And Zverev hits it out. 2-love Fritz. Two-zero Fritz. As the return goes wide by Zverev. 3-love Fritz. He's halfway to the title. Three zero. As Zverev serves a fault. No, it was a let. He serves a let. Serve again. Into the backhand of Fritz. Backhand from Zverev. To the forehand of Fritz. Zverev backhand again to the backhand of Fritz. The backhand of Zverev on the stretch. Fritz backhand into that Zverev forehand. Zverev puts it wide. 4-love Fritz. He's got the double mini break now. 4-love. Four zero Fritz. Zverev serves again. Four-love Fritz. Seven to the forehand of Fritz. Return the forehand of Zverev. Fritz backhand pass. Zverev with a drop volley. Fritz going to get there with a slice. Zverev volleys it in the net. 5-love Fritz. This has all been... By the way, Fritz has not faced a break point in this match. If he wins this match now, he has not faced a break point in this final. That is crazy good for Fritz. Chat, did I not say last week or at the start of the week? What about Fritz making the final of the Wimbledon? You all laughed. Not all of you. Some of you. Some of you laughed. More people laughed than supported me. What about now? Do you still think Fritz is not going to make a final of the Wimbledon potentially? He's up 5-love. He serves. That's why I put $5 on him to make the final. Just in case. You never know. I'll take $100. 5-love. The backhand return goes in the forehand of Fritz. Into the forehand of Zverev. Fritz. Forehand again to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fritz. Zverev. Down the line. Fritz is there with a backhand slice. As Zverev backhand again to the backhand of Fritz. Into the backhand of Zverev as Fritz goes with a forehand into the Zverev forehand, but Fritz hits it out. It's 5-1. They change ends. He could, why not? Exactly right. Semis maybe. Look, I think he's got a better chance if he has to face Alcaraz than Sinner. Not that Alcaraz is easy, but just that I feel like Fritz could... I don't think he has a chance against Sinner on grass or on any surface. But if he does get in the Alcaraz half and he plays Carlos in a semi and Fritz is serving his face off and Alcaraz is not having a nice day, sometimes he's a little bit off. I don't know. Things could happen. Anyway, 6-0 apparently. But why is it 6-0? I thought it was 5-1. What happened? I thought Fritz hit it out. Fritz hit it in. It's championship point. I totally fluffed it. And Fritz with a big serve wins it. 7-0 in the tiebreak. 7-0. Fritz takes the title. Doesn't even face a break point in that game or in that match. And he's beaten Zverev 5 times in a row. What the hell? Man, that is the epitome of a boogeyman. 5-0 in their last 5. 8-5 in their head-to-head. Man, what a win for Fritz. And Fritz, I think he's top 4 now. Back to the top 4. And could be the 4th seed at Wimbledon. Kicking Draper down to 5, which could be, when the draw comes out in a couple of weeks, or in a week, that could be a big deal. That could be a real big deal because from 4 to 5, 5 could play Sinner in the quarters. 4 could play Sinner in the semi. 4 and 5 is a big deal. But what a win by Fritz. What a match. After the delay as well, good little fight back because there was trouble at 5-4 as well. GG's. Great win by Taylor Fritz. And he wins his first title as well of the year. All right. Fritz could be number 4 at Wimbledon with 1 win at Queens. Oh, if he wins 1 match at Queens, he's number 4, is he? Okay. Well, there you go. Let's see what happens next week then. A great win for Fritz. Love that for him. Why does Zverev struggle against Fritz so much? I think at this point it's just mental, right? I think it's just mental at this point. I think it's just mental. Fritz matured slowly and steadily every year and now is living up to early expectations. Oh yeah, for sure. His consistency these days is so high. At least for the most part, unless he's injured. What's the next match we watch? We're going to watch Eala in Nottingham in a couple of hours, just because we can. And next, then we watch whatever comes on tomorrow. I don't know what time it comes on tomorrow, but we'll watch whatever comes on tomorrow. But great win for Fritz. Did I bring Fritz into the team? Oh yeah, so chat. I made some adjustments to the team. I got Gauff and Fritz into the team, so they're in the team. I think bringing Fritz on for the grass is a smart idea. Also, I put $5 on Fritz to make the final of the Wimbledon, so let's see. Let's see what happens. Fritz looking very solid on grass. Oh, yeah. Fritz's game style suits the surface. I agree. All right, chat. I'm going to send you over the next one because I'm going to go eat because I'm hungry. And then I'm going to get ready for the next one, whenever that is. Because this stream went a little longer than I expected. I didn't expect this to be a long one, but it is. Luckily, the rain didn't delay too much. Could have been worse. Because it's going to rain apparently after this. Like, if we went to a third, it might have rained. So, probably better that we got it done in straights. But you can jump on over here and talk amongst yourselves, and we'll be back. We're going back to Nottingham to watch Eala's final quali match. And then tomorrow, I don't know what the schedule says, but apparently everyone plays first round of Hella and Queen's Club. So we could be watching Alcaraz tomorrow. Or Sinner, or both. So it's a big day tomorrow when we start watching those big tournaments. But great win by Fritz, 6-3, 7-6. He takes out Zverev in an hour and a half. And he wins his first big trophy, or first trophy of the year. And just keeps beating Sinner Zverev. He just keeps beating Zverev. 5 in a row now against Sasha Zverev. And he will now go to, I think he's going to Queen's Club to play next week. So we'll watch him maybe next week as well. But great win by Taylor Fritz. I'll see you soon.